Hello and welcome to the TopRank Marketing News Roundup. I'm Tiffani Allen.
No, you're not.
Fair enough. Welcome back, Tiffani.
Hey, thanks. I'm back.
Turns out I'm Joshua Nite. And it also turns out that our first story this week involves duplicate listings and their scourge that they are upon local businesses.
What?
Did you know about this? I didn't know about this.
There's a scourge afoot.
It's being, well, you wouldn't scourge a foot. I mean, maybe.
You don't know what I would
If your
do.
feet are dirty enough, go ahead and scourge them. But what we're talking about is if your business has a duplicate listing or several thousand, as it turns out, that can greatly affect your ability to rank in local searches and can also keep you from being in the little 3-pack on the side of the Google results, which is prime real estate that you'd be missing out on. So Moz did some research on this. They found out that on average, like an enterprise level brand is going to have between 3,500 to 100,000 duplicate listings, and it can take up to 30 minutes to find and close one of them.
Holy cow.
So we're talking, multiple thousands of hours to process these things. But fortunately, they are implementing some new tools that are going to automate the process of finding these things and aggregating them and eliminating them. So it's a struggle, but they're working to make it better.
Good. As they should.
Thank you,
That
Moz.
is a very time-consuming process. Yay, Moz. Thank you for the help.
Good work, Rand. By the way, Rand Fishkin is the only marketer in the business, few people know this, that has a name that sounds like a Star Wars character.
Oh, that's true. I never even thought of that. Now I have a different life goal. Thanks, Mom, for the normal name. Whatever. Did you know that Facebook is making it easier for consumers to control the ads that they're served on the Facebook platform?
As a Facebook consumer, I say it's about time. As a Facebook marketer, I say that's scary.
It is a little scary, but it's actually kind of cool. Users can opt out of ads from specific companies. For example, if that company has them in their email list, Facebook will tell that user they're in that company's email list, and they can opt out of those ads. Presumably they're seeing them already. And they can actually also choose the ads that they are served by preference and by brand. So the people that you're serving your ads to are ultimately more engaged and actually want to see your content. So that could be a good thing for marketers, maybe not such a good thing in some instances, but it's interesting to know. I'm wondering how they can tell everyone who's in their email list or not, which is an interesting kind of next step for them, but it's going to be interesting to see how that affects engagement rankings and things like that.
Yeah, like on the one hand, it's good to let customers opt in to ads. On the other hand, it's a little freaky that they can opt out. Although I understand that that's back to back with adding new like anti-ad blocker technology, right?
Yep.
So they're like, look, you're not going to be able to block ads, but you can make the ads better.
You can decide what you see, which is good because there are some ads that are helpful. A lot of the food and recipe ads are really cool. There's different tutorials, and with advertisers needing to make their content more engaging and video oriented, could be a good thing.
We'll call it a challenge, but a good one.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. The spokesperson for Facebook said that they figure that people do want to see ads if they're relevant, and they don't mind seeing ads that they would actually like to see.
Right.
So I think that makes sense. That's actually leads right into our next study, which was from Dentsu Aegis and Media Science with a little sponsorship from Twitter, so take with a slight grain of salt.
Oh, babe.
Well, not a whole shaker full, maybe a margarita rim worth.
That I could do.
And include the margarita, please. And send it right to TopRank offices.
You can Google the address.
Right, but don't. So this study found that video ads on Twitter are 12% more likely to cause someone to recommend the brand than a television ad would be. They also found that brand messages on Twitter were viewed twice as favorably as those on television. But the interesting part to me is they apparently wired up some people's brains for this study. I mean, I would assume externally, because otherwise it would get messy.
Ooh,
but they found that they're the only platform that cognitive effort actually increases for the video ads on their platform.
Interesting.
So usually we are just, rutabagas sitting passively, consuming the content. And on Twitter, apparently we're actually thinking about it.
Yeah.
So they found that these attention levels, though, are constant, whether it's organic content or whether it's branded content.
Interesting.
So good news for marketers on Twitter, according to Twitter.
And didn't they say mobile too was a lot higher as well? Their retention rate for mobile ads that they watch. I think I saw that in there. which is interesting because you think when you're looking at Twitter on your phone, you're just kind of like, bleh, bleh, like, blah. But it looks like people are actually more engaged on mobile, which is interesting.
I do. I actually make that noise.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is that what that
blah,
is?
Blah.
That
Well, I try not to use the phone at work. I mean, I would guess that that makes more sense. Like if you're on a laptop or if you're on like a huge 3-monitor display, you're gonna have 8 or 9 other tabs open.
Sure.
You're switching back and forth. You're multitasking. But if you're on your phone, you're just looking at your phone and driving, and those are the only 2 things that you're doing.
Josh now does not have a driver's license. We will be calling the police.
By the way, in this week's Pokemon Go news, the latest update, if you are going faster than, say, like 15 miles per hour, it pops up a thing that says you're going too fast. Pokemon Go should not be played while driving.
Oh, that's helpful. How do you know that, I wonder?
Well, they're tracking GPS constantly, so
okay.
they track your speed, and the opt-out button says, I'm a passenger.
Wow.
So, good on you, Pokemon Go. Keeping
Mhm.
America just a little bit safer.
Just doing what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that new research from Open Prize and Ascend 2 shows that 72% of B2B marketers consider improving ROI measurability to be the most important part of their data management strategy? Interesting enough.
I believe it.
That was followed by 65% who said improving data quality was a big and important aspect. But the top challenges, of course, were poor use of data or poor accessibility. Bad data quality is another big challenge, and lack of ROI measurability. So those challenges and the level of importance are kind of co-weighted, which is interesting. It's showing
That makes
us,
sense to me, yeah.
Yeah, people want to measure something that they already don't have, which makes sense. But I think just as online marketing, digital marketing has evolved, this has been a huge challenge for people to prove the ROI of their marketing, but digital has been giving us a little bit more of an edge in terms of proving that.
Yeah, going from, I think the problem is still just attribution. Trying to figure out, okay, so he looked at this blog post, and then he watched this video on Twitter, and then he recommended it twice to his friends and family.
Right.
And then he went to the sales literature, and then he bought something. So
Right.
Are we going to attribute that just to sales? As a marketer, I say no. No. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with this kind of, not quite artificial intelligence, but an algorithmic attribution model.
Yeah.
That is up and coming. A couple of platforms are working on it. It seems like that's going to be what solves this problem once and for all.
Right. Yeah, attribution models have evolved quite a bit since when I first joined the marketing game.
So if you're still just doing last touch, you're out of touch. That's what you are. Yeah.
That will be your last touch.
Settle all attribution disputes via armed combat with sales.
Oh, I was going to say swords.
Yeah, so armed combat.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have arms to have a sword. Stick to Nerf, though.
Yeah, that's what we're going to say.
HR says stick to Nerf.
That's right. Just a little message. Well, those are all of our top news stories for you this week. We'll be back next week with more awesome online marketing news. I will, in fact, be here and will not be in Wisconsin on vacation, so you will be able to see my face, and you will see this one too.
That's good. I get frightened and scared when you're away. Fortunately, Ashley was there to take the lead and do it right last week. I think she did a great job.
Yeah, she
I
sent
think
me.
We should both be concerned.
She sent me a babysitter report card while I was gone and said Josh was very well behaved, had too much Kool-Aid, had to take an early nap.
I did. I got into the snacks.
No,
Got antsies in my pantsies. That's what happened.
Well, you can follow me on Twitter for more marketing news at Tiffani_Allen.
And I'm at Nite Writes. That's Nite Writes.
Or you can follow at TopRank or subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos every week.
And don't forget to subscribe to TopRank blog, please, as well, also too.
All right, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Goodbye.